Hey guys, so if you're a guy who's not currently attracting the kind of women you actually want in your life, and I'm not talking about pulling drunken bar chicks home for one night here, I'm talking about high quality women, the kind of women who actually bring something of value to your life, who actually enrich your life and make it better. If you're not currently attracting those kind of women into your life, then I want to help you out. Especially if you've been involved in a pickup community, whether you're in it now or if you've been involved in the past and it's not quite promised the results it's not quite delivered the results it promised, because that was certainly my experience of the pickup community. I discovered it in 2005, just before the book The Game came out, and I devoured everything I could. I read the book, I found Ross Jeffrey's Speed Seduction Mystery Method, Juggler, Neil Strauss, a bunch of other stuff, and I went out and I tried all these techniques on the poor unsuspecting girls in the bars in the north of England where I live. And initially at first it didn't go so well and I went through a lot of rejection, but then I got to the point where I actually started getting good at portraying an attractive man, portraying a man of high status and value, and women started actually, to my surprise, being more attracted to me. And I got to a point after a couple of years where I had a reasonable level of success of going out and meeting girls in bars and bringing them home or going out with them or whatever I wanted. But the same thing kept on happening time and time again. I remember this one time in 2007, I met this girl in a bar and we got on really well. We went to another bar and we ended up going back to her place, and nothing actually happened that night. We just stayed up all night talking until 7 a.m, until I eventually staggered home and just crashed out for like the next 12 hours. And she sends me a message next day and says, "Wow, confident with a capital C." And I was like, yeah, I'm the fucking man, confident with a capital C, I'm so ace, I'm so cool. My ego went crazy and the validation here, I was like, yeah, I'm so cool. But a few weeks later, she just turns around and just goes, "You know what? I don't think you're as confident as you make out." And we saw each other for a few weeks more after that, maybe a month or two, but it fizzled out and nothing happened. And this happened with a bunch of other girls. This happened enough times for it not to be a coincidence, and I couldn't figure out what the problem was. And it's only now, years later, where I look back, I can see why this happened. When Johnny Depp is in Pirates of the Caribbean, he is believable in a 90-minute movie as Captain Jack Sparrow because he has all the lines prepared, he has everything prepared, he knows what he's going to say, he's dressed up for the part, he's made up. So you believe who he is because he's learned how to deliver those lines. However, if for some reason you had to spend the next month hanging out with Johnny Depp dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow, it would become apparent after a week or two that he is not Captain Jack, he is Johnny Depp, and the real Johnny Depp would start to come out, even though he was still pretending to be Captain Jack. And that's how I view the pickup community, certainly my experience of it. I was given all these cool things to say, I was given all these routines and lines and behaviours and attitude and frames of an attractive man, of a high status man. So I was able to go and fool people for a while, but underneath, I still felt like the same scared, insecure, shy boy that I was beforehand. I just had cooler things to say, but I could fool people for a while, but eventually they would find out, and some of these girls would be annoyed, they'd feel tricked because they were like, I thought I'd met a cool guy here, and it turns out you're just a boy like all the others. So what I want to show you guys how to do on all of the YouTube videos I'm going to put out, and I'm not going to hold back here, I'm not going to be like saving anything for like a secret members area where I give away my good stuff. All my stuff is going to be for free on YouTube. I'm going to share everything I know and what I've done in the last 8 years to actually fix myself internally, so I can now go into social situations where I just feel comfortable. I know who I am as a man, I know what I stand for in the world, I know what I'm here on this planet to do, and I'm willing to just go into any situation, put my flag in the ground and effectively say, this is who I am as a man, this is what I stand for, and you're either with me or you're not. And I find that some people are attracted to me and some people are repelled, and that's okay. You're not aiming to attract everyone into your life. Nobody can do that. And when you get to that point, you suddenly realise, you suddenly understand the value you offer to the world. You're not running around trying to get things from people all the time. That's what the pickup community does to you. It makes you want to get things. It makes you want to trick girls into bed. It makes you want to like get sex. Like it's this thing that you have to win over, have to win from people. Whereas I'm here to show you, this is what you provide to the world. This is what you're on the planet to do. This is the value you offer. And when you realise that, you suddenly start to feel good about yourself. You can look in the mirror when you get up in the morning and you go, I like who I am. I like the person I am. Because I don't meet many pickup artists, I don't meet many people in the community who actually seem to like who they are as people. And for me, that's a key. So all my videos on this channel are going to be geared towards getting you to like who you are and then present that in an attractive way. Now, if you're interested in working with me, I work with guys one-on-one. And I coach them typically over, the minimum time is usually 3 months, but usually 3 to 6 months, sometimes longer. And it's usually one call a week, one Skype call a week for an hour, and then we email in between, and I give you homework exercises to do, and you go away and do them. And what you find is that over time, you find that you experience lasting change, where you just look back and you go, I don't ever remember feeling insecure. I don't ever remember feeling like I wasn't good enough. Because the pickup community tells you you're not good enough and you need all these extra techniques on top of you. What you don't need that. You need to get rid of all the shit that's been put into you from school and society and teachers and parents, telling that you're wrong, shaming you for being yourself, for putting yourself out there. I'm here to help you remove all that bullshit. But it's not possible to do that with a $47 ebook. It's not possible to do it with a DVD set or a weekend boot camp. Those things can help, but lasting change takes months, sometimes years. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, and I know most people, this won't be for most people watching this, and that's fine. You're welcome to stay here for the free stuff and take any value you want from it. But if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, go to my website, richardfletcher.org, send me a message through a contact form. I don't work with many guys at once. I'm only interested in working with guys who are at the point where they go, okay, I'm not interested in any more techniques or bullshit. I want to fix what's on the inside, and I want to feel good about myself. I want to go into social situations and just feel completely comfortable. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter if it's a party where I go to where I only know the host, I don't know anyone else. I don't go in there with that need to validate myself, to look cool, to tell loads of jokes and be the centre of attention, to be the alpha male. I can just feel comfortable and just go, who I am as a person is enough, people are going to be attracted to me, that's it. And you just feel life feels much easier, it feels much better when you feel like this. I can tell you that from experience, knowing who I am now and who I was back in the day. So I hope you took something from this video, I hope you liked it, and I'll speak to you again soon.